morning, everybody. My name is Kaylin Spickler. I am a senior here at Roanoke College, and tonight we have a very special showing of Hour of Dates live. For those of you who don't know, I have a radio show here on campus called Hour of Dates, and we strive to find couples here. Well, we strive to create couples here at Roanoke College, similar to the Bachelor and the Bachelorette franchise. And so tonight we have a bachelor and 4 bachelorettes who do not know each other. The bachelor is blindfolded, and we will be asking them all compatibility questions, and he will slowly be eliminating them. Because he's blindfolded, the eliminations are based strictly on the answers to the questions, so it's based on compatibility and not on looks. That way it's a fun time for everybody. The winner will get a gift card this evening, so that's very exciting, and they can choose to go out to eat together or separately, but the hope is that they would want to go out to eat together. So without further ado, we're gonna go ahead and get started. Our Bachelor James, I'm gonna have you introduce yourself.
Hi, my name is James. I am a freshman. This is my second semester here on campus, and my time here has been very well. And I think after tonight, I think my time here will be even more crazier than it's ever been before. So here's hoping that we get a good show tonight, and that everyone at home enjoys watching it as much as I enjoy not being able to see anything.
All right, thank you very much, James. So before we get to know the ladies too much, we want to go ahead and let them have the opportunity to get to know James, because they are going to be the ones who answer the majority of the questions. So ladies, we will start with contestant 1, contestant 2, contestant 3, and contestant 4, and we'll just go right down the line for the remainder of the show. So we are going to let you guys ask him 1 question each, and then we're going to go ahead and let you guys do all the talking. So contestant 1, your question for James.
Hi, James. What is your ideal first date?
My ideal first date, I would say just, a dinner. There's a lot of nice restaurants around here. I've been on at least 2 before since I've been here, and it's just, there's just so much to do around here. I think a good place, McAdoo's, Mac and Bob's, are very nice selections.
Hey, James. What would you say are you looking for in a special gal?
I'm sorry, can you repeat that?
Oh, I'm sorry. What are you looking for in a girl or potential person?
It's anyone that you can really enjoy spending time with. I mean, relationships are based on compatibility. And, I'm a very straightforward person. I'm a very honest person. And anyone that I would enjoy spending my time with is anything that I could really ask for.
Great. My question for you, James, is what is your favorite book?
My favorite what?
Book.
Book?
Yeah.
I really like The Lorax. I think it's a basic children's book, but as a kid, I did a lot of volunteer stuff. There was multiple times where I was in middle school and I had to read to younger children, and The Lorax was one of my favorite books that I would read often to the younger people, especially like I have 2 younger siblings, and I've had to take care of them a lot, and I would read to them when they were very young, and it's just something I enjoy doing.
Hi, James. My question is, what kind of music do you listen to?
Music. I've got all sorts of varieties. I think that I can pretty much listen to anything from any type, no matter what. But I'd say if I had to pick one, I really like pop.
All right, those were excellent questions. So now, James, you get to sit back, you get to relax for a little bit and just try and keep track with who is answering what. So ladies, go ahead and introduce yourselves. Leave out your name, but you can say your grade if you want, and don't think that'll give away too much. But we'll start with contestant 1 and let you guys go down the line and just introduce yourself for a few minutes.
I am never good with this question. Okay, I'm a senior. I don't know. I'm always really bad at this question. So let's see. I'm in an a cappella group on campus, so I love to sing. I love food. I'm a big fatty. It's okay. I love food. Love to eat. What exactly? What else would you want me to say about myself? Just
You said you're a
anything?
senior. You could talk about maybe what you want to do. If you don't want to talk about that,
Oh,
I'm a senior
okay.
too and wouldn't want to talk about that.
I just applied to a bunch of law schools, so that's a little anxiety driving. So, yeah.
Okay, that's perfect. Contestant 2.
Hello. This is number 2. I am a junior here at Roanoke. I am also in an a cappella group on campus. Woo. I do sing. I love to read, watch movies, TV shows, the whole works.
Okay, contestant 3.
All right, I'm contestant number 3. I'm a sophomore. I'm a psychology major. I love music. I host a radio show with my friend where we play music and talk about it. And I like reading.
Contestant 4.
I'm 20. I'm a sophomore. I'm a business major and a Spanish minor. I'm from Northern Virginia. And oh my gosh, what should I say? I am involved in 2 organizations on campus called Young Life and Alpha Phi Omega, and I also love pop music.
Perfect. Love it. All right. So now we're going to go ahead and get started. But before we get into the super deep questions, we'll start off with what I think is a fun icebreaker question. So hopefully you all think it's fun too. But the first question is, if you could be a fruit, what fruit would you be and why? Contestant 1.
If I could be a fruit, what would I be? Let's see. I would say dragon fruit just because it's a cool name.
That's awesome. All right. Contestant 2.
I would definitely say that I would be a mango because I'm very sweet.
Cool. Contestant 3.
I think I would be a peach because I think I'm also sweet. And peaches are just my favorite fruit, I think, so not too deep.
Nice. Contestant 4.
For some reason, I feel like I'm a banana, just because they're so like universal, and you either love them or hate them.
Nice. I like that. All right. So now we have another fairly easy question. Do you prefer Cav, Commons, Rooney's Brews, or Freshens, and why do you prefer that one? Contestant 1.
I definitely prefer Freshens just because I love the smoothies.
Contestant 2.
It's a tough pick, but I'm gonna have to go with Rooney's Brews because I love that iced chai latte.
Contestant 3.
I love Commons the best because it's the place where I can sit and hang out with my friends for a long time.
Yeah, I also have to go with Commons just because I feel like it's the most relaxed, and you can just like sit there for as long as possible, and you can also eat with a lot of people, unlike some of the other options. But I would have to say that Freshens has the best food.
Cool. All right, so going off of that, I would like to ask you all what your ideal perfect first date is. Like we said, you do have a gift card to a restaurant on Main Street, but typically you guys would maybe have a first date in Commons or Cav or Freshens, wherever your favorite was. But in this case, you'll get to go to Chipotle. But besides that, what would your ideal perfect first date be?
My perfect first date would have to be going to a drive-in and like camping out in the back of the car just watching the movie. I feel like that would be very romantic and special, but also like pretty fun at the same time.
Cool. Contestant 2.
My ideal first date would have to be some situation where we could just sit and talk and really get to know each other. So maybe like go get a dinner or something or a lunch.
Okay, sounds good. That's important on a first date. Contestant 3.
My ideal first date would be to get coffee and walk to a bookshop or an antique store. So that way we could talk and enjoy some good cup of joe.
Salem has a lot of good places for that. Contestant 4.
I'm a really big nighttime person, so I probably have to go with the movies just because I feel like it's very like low key and low pressure, like not a lot of like social pressure and just like anything at night, to be completely honest.
Yeah. Hopefully the movie theaters start opening up soon. Okay, so let's say your first date goes really well and you guys start going on more dates, and before long you guys are in a happy, healthy relationship. what does a happy, healthy relationship look like to you? Like, what are some of the important aspects that you think make it, or what does it just look like to you? What are maybe some romantic relationship, I guess, like ideals that you have? Contestant 1.
I would have to say definitely like honesty and communication, but also being able to have a good time. Like even if we're by ourselves or with friends, like we always connect with each other and are having a good laugh about anything. I would also say like I'm a very like affectionate person, so if I got that back in a relationship, that would be cool.
Gotcha. Yeah.
Yeah,
Contestant 2.
Ideally, I would like someone who is great at communicating, consistent, and knows how to have a laugh because I'm a funny person. So, yeah.
That's important. Contestant 3.
I would say that it would have to be two people who have similar interests so they can talk about the things they're passionate about, and who are really in tune with their feelings and able to communicate about those.
So are you thinking more similars attract instead of opposites attract?
Yeah, I'd say so.
Okay, cool. Contestant 4.
For me in a relationship, I feel like one of my favorite things is when you have like a shared friend group, like any situation where you get along really well with his friends and he gets along really well with your friends, and you guys can just like hang out and like have a big shared group of people that love both of you guys together.
Yeah, of course. All right, so now we have a couple of fun scenarios, one for each of you, because a relationship has different sorts of ups and downs, different sorts of big milestones. So we're just gonna talk through what some of those milestones might look like for you. So contestant 1, your scenario is, you notice a girl flirting with James in Commons. What do you do?
Is he with me or is he somewhere else where I can see him?
So let's say like
I gotta get the specifics in the scenario.
Let's say you're in the pizza line and he's in the salad line and you guys were gonna eat together, but you're not like with him, but
Okay.
you see it happening.
Ooh. If I see a girl flirting with my guy and I'm not able to like do anything at that moment, let's see. So if he was in a different line than me and I saw it, I would like probably get my stuff and then go up to him and like be super affectionate, like claiming my man, because like I don't mess with that.
What if you were in line with him?
Oh, I would do this. I would like give her like the absolute death stare and be like, "Excuse me. Obviously he's with me. Why are you flirting with him?"
Fair enough, fair enough. Okay, contestant 2, your scenario is James wants to hang out all the time, but do you prefer having alone time, or are you also in that mindset where when you're with somebody, you want to hang out, grab all your meals together, do homework together, all of those things?
Yeah, I'm definitely the type of person who, if I like you, then I'd probably want to spend more time with you just to, see how you are, see how we vibe together. So I'd say, yes, I am the type of person that would like to get lunch, like to do homework together, all that jazz.
Yeah. All right, contestant 3, your scenario is, it's time to meet the family, yay! So maybe this will happen, Easter breaks, well, I guess not Easter break, but a lot of people might be going home for Easter, and maybe he wants to bring you home for Easter. What is that gonna look like for you? How are you with parents? What would you maybe wanna talk about with them? Are you good with small talk? How would that look like?
I think that I would handle it pretty well. I love meeting new people. I would definitely want to get all the details of the embarrassing stories from his childhood, how his siblings see him, get all that insider information.
Bring out the scrapbooks?
Yeah, for sure.
Okay, contestant 4, your scenario is you guys just had your first big fight. How do you handle conflict?
Honestly, depending on how big it is, I would probably give it a couple days, or no, days is long, but maybe like a couple hours a day just to like let it settle and like let both of us kind of like breathe. And then I would probably make the first move. I'm somebody that doesn't like drama or conflict whatsoever. Ask anybody that knows me. I hate like fighting with people, so I probably wouldn't even like get into a fight in the first place, but I would definitely make the first move to like try and settle it if he didn't.
So how do you feel about the phrase like never go to bed angry?
I definitely have gone to bed angry. I'm not gonna lie, I'm not above that. I do sometimes hold grudges, but I feel like I'm definitely the type of person that would like say something to him first and like would definitely want to get it resolved as quickly as possible, because I feel like that's better in like any relationship. Like that's the definition of healthy.
Yeah, yeah, of course. All right, so it is time for our first little break where James is going to think for about a song's worth of time, and then we will have our first elimination round. So hang tight, enjoy the song that's about to play, and stay tuned for what James's first decision is. It's time for your first elimination. Do you know who it's gonna be?
Yeah, I do.
All right, you can go ahead and break it to him softly.
All right, this is, it's the hardest part, but after hearing all the answers in the first round, the contestant that I've decided to eliminate would have to be number 4.
I'm sorry. Thank you for coming. Do you have anything you'd like to say about the show or the experience?
Thank you so much for the opportunity. I learned a lot about the ladies here tonight. Maybe we can be friends afterwards. And this was a lot of fun. And this show
Yay,
is
I'm
adorable.
glad.
It's such a good idea. Thank you,
Oh,
Kaylin.
well, thanks for coming. It was nice to meet you. Okay, so ladies, the next question is, what are your top 3 priorities in life or right now, in order? You don't have to explain why, but just kind of tell us what are your priorities right now.
So I would have to say my top priority right now is my education, especially since this is my last semester. I'm like, okay, gotta kick it. I gotta focus. My second one would have to be like living life, like making sure like I'm present in people's lives, but also like living my life at the same time and not confining to social norms or whatever. Third one, I don't know. Probably, this is just to throw it out there, like to get more sleep.
That's a good one.
Working at school, working overnights at campus safety 3 nights a week, like I need to get more sleep.
Yeah, especially if you're applying to law school. I totally get it. Okay, contestant 2, what are your top 3 priorities?
Hey, so my top 3 priorities would have to be, first I'd say self-care or like self-assurance. That wraps up in like confidence, taking care of myself, blah, blah, blah. I feel like they're all very important to do, and you need to remember to do that. Also, I would have to say education, because we're all at college. I'm a biology major, also forgot to say that, but it's a lot of work. A lot. Okay, and then my last one would also be just making sure that you build lasting relationships. I'm the type of person where, I'm sorry, I'm the type of person where I am not going to put my time into people unless I think that it could go somewhere or like it could benefit both the relationship could benefit me in the long run. Okay.
Yeah.
Thank you. Bye-bye. I'm done.
Okay. Perfect. Contestant 3.
My first priority right now is school and my education. I think my second priority is kind of finding my like identity and my priorities and goals as an adult. And then my third priority is my family and just maintaining strong relationships with them.
Those are all great. Awesome. Okay, so this question you may or may not know the answer to. If not, maybe I can help you. Have the 3 of you heard of love languages?
Totally.
Yes.
Yay! Okay, perfect. All right. So, what is your all's love language?
So I said earlier that I'm a very affectionate person, so my love language would have to be touch and affection. I give it so much. Like I'm a very, like I hug everyone I see. Like I'm so sorry if you don't want me to hug you, but I'm gonna try to hug you. Just let me know. But I'm like, always have to be touching my friends at some point. I don't know. It's very weird, but yeah, physical touch.
The pandemic especially has probably been pretty
Yeah.
difficult.
Oh, yeah. So much fun.
Okay, contestant 2.
I would say that my love language is quality time, and you can have 2.
Yes,
There's
yeah,
a thing. Okay.
of course.
Quality time, and I would say acts of service. I'm a very big sharer. If we're friends, I would probably lend you my clothes more than once. So,
Aw.
yeah.
All right, contestant 3.
My love language is 100% acts of service. Like, if you tell me something nice, I'll appreciate it. But like, if you do something nice for me, it will make my entire day.
What would be like the nicest thing somebody could do for you? Sorry, that might have been too hard.
Well, this doesn't apply super right now because I live in a dorm, but like cleaning the kitchen or doing the dishes, 100%. You've
Yeah.
got my heart.
Nice. James, take notes. Okay, so now just like some of your thoughts on, your opinions on, just kind of some chill questions to end the round. Contestant 1, what is more important, success or love? This might have not been a chill question, actually.
Ooh. Which one's more important?
Yes, which do you value more?
That's hard.
Yeah,
Because
sorry.
obviously, like, you want to be successful in life and successful in anything you do, but you'd want someone who you love by your side while you're doing it, like supporting you. Dang. I have to go 50-50. I can't answer that question. I'm so sorry.
No, that's totally fine. I get it. Some could say like maybe success is finding love or like love is success. I don't know. It's a hard one for sure. Contestant 2, your question might be a little bit easier. Are you a cat person or a dog person or neither?
See, that's kind of bad because I don't know. I'm a huge animal person.
Okay.
That's really hard.
Oh,
sorry.
okay, well then I guess I made them even.
I'll say cat.
Cat?
Yeah,
Okay.
because they're easy to take care of.
Okay, sounds good. Contestant 3, yours is, are you more introverted or extroverted?
For most of my life, I've been very extroverted. I still think I'm mostly extroverted, but I'm becoming a little more introverted, which is interesting. But in general, I really enjoy like hanging out with people and meeting new people. Kind of energizes me. So
Maybe
still
both.
holding the lead, but by a margin.
Okay, sounds good. Alrighty, James, it is coming up on you to think for a little bit. We'll play some music for a few minutes to let James think, let the answers sink in, have him keep up with who's contestant 1 and who's 2 and 3. So we will be right back. Stay tuned. How are you guys feeling? Alrighty, James, what is your second decision for the night?
My second decision, the contestant I'm going to have to eliminate, and it's not an easy decision, but I'm going to have to go with contestant number 1.
Why you gotta do me like that?
I'm
just
sorry.
kidding. You're good. You're good. This was pretty cool. So, thank you.
Do you have anything else you'd like to say?
This was pretty cool. This is
Okay.
like the first time I've ever like done anything like this. So like
Yeah.
this was interesting.
No, I appreciate you reaching out especially. That was awesome. Very appreciated. We'll have to have you back sometime. Thanks for being on. Alrighty, so the final 2, you guys, yay, contestant 2 and contestant 3. So, how are you guys feeling? Do you want to share with everybody how this has kind of been? If your nerves have gotten lower or higher, maybe?
I'm feeling pretty good.
Okay.
This has been a really fun experience.
Good.
So, yeah.
Very suspenseful. I'm on the edge of my seat.
Oh, yay, okay. James, how are you feeling down there?
I'm good.
All right, good. Sounds like we're good to keep going. So here is kind of one of the last questions I am going to ask you all. But contestant 2, you'll kick us off now. If the pandemic were to end tomorrow, what would be the first thing that you would do?
Well, I'm a huge foodie, so I would run to a kung fu tea place and get me a mango snow smoothie boba drink. So, yep, that's what I would do.
Nice,
So
nice. Contestant 3?
I would go to the first concert I could get tickets for and just scream my head off and dance for hours.
You'd see anyone? Doesn't matter who?
Probably.
Okay, sounds good. All right. So, James, you are coming up on your final elimination round. So I want you to take the time to ask the contestants one, maybe two questions if you feel like you need that. You can ask them the same questions or a different question. Just specify if your question is going to contestant 2 or to contestant 3. So go ahead.
All right, I've got 2 questions, and they're for both contestants. My first question would be, what is an obstacle that you have had to go through in your life that has made you who you are today?
Man, he's hitting you with the harder questions than I did. Contestant 2.
Wow.
It doesn't have to be serious. It can be something so much as sleeping past your alarm.
Okay. I'd say that an obstacle. I'm trying to think. I would say maybe body image. Whoop. Not a deep subject. Okay, but yeah, I would say like body image and confidence. Growing up, I had a terrible awkward phase. Shout out if you guys know what I'm talking about. But so yeah, I had a terrible awkward phase. I was bullied a lot. Basically, I've come a long way in accepting myself and my beauty. So
Yeah, I would definitely say you have if you were willing to be on a show like this.
Oh, totally, yeah.
Well, we appreciate you being here.
So, thank you.
Contestant 3.
Something that I'm still working on is like comparing myself to others. Like I come from kind of a big family, so I've always just been like comparing myself to my siblings and my friends. So I'm trying to kind of get used to just being okay with me, however I am.
That's a hard goal as well, but that's good. All right, James, do you have a second one? It sounds like you do.
I got one more. I wanted to
Okay.
get the hard one out of the way first.
Okay.
This is a more lighthearted one. I am big into film and movies and stuff. So my second question would be, if you could only watch one movie for the rest of your life, what would it be and why?
Okay. Contestant 2.
Wow. One movie. I don't know. I'm trying to think of all the. I would have to say Parent Trap because I grew up watching that show. That movie. I'm so sorry. That movie for. I don't know. Sorry. I grew up watching that movie when I was younger. We would like play it in family functions and stuff. So it just has a really warm place in my heart. So, Parent Trap.
Okay.
The Lindsay Lohan version.
Of course. Contestant 3.
This is kind of a hard question for me because I'm definitely a TV show kind of person. But the first thing that came to mind is The Sound of Music because it was one of my favorite movies when I was a kid. I was obsessed with it. So for now, I'm going to stick with that.
Did you watch the live version?
No, I didn't.
Me either. Okay. James, does that help make your decision a little bit easier? Do you need to ask him another question, or are we good for a song break really fast?
I think we're good for a song break.
All right, sounds good. So stay tuned for James's final decision where he will present either contestant 2 or contestant 3 with a gift card. Are you guys nervous? Yay! Okay. Right, so we are back. James has made up his mind on whether contestant 2 or contestant 3 will be eliminated and which one will be getting the gift card. So James, why don't you go ahead and tell us who is going to be eliminated?
This is it's a very hard decision. I take no pleasure in it, but my head's been telling me one thing, my gut's been telling me another, but this is Hour of Dates, and I think the one thing that I should really be listening to after all these answers is my heart, and I'm just gonna have to go with eliminating contestant number 2.
Aww. Well, thanks so much for being here, contestant number 2.
No problem. I had a really good time.
Good, I'm
was
so
very
glad.
fun.
We have a radio show, like I said earlier, so we'll have to have you back.
Totally.
Thank
Okay.
you. Yeah, you're good. Thank you again. All right, contestant 3. Okay, James, you can take off your blindfold. Do you need any help?
No, I got it.
All right. The grand reveal. Here we go. James, meet Christy. Christy,
Hi.
meet James.
Nice to meet you.
How are you guys feeling?
I'm excited.
Good. All right, so I gave James the gift cards right when we started the show. He has two $20 Chipotle gift cards, and you guys can decide if you want to go together, like I said, or go separately. Obviously, the hope is that you all will want to go together, but it's okay if you don't. But yeah, thank you both for being here. Thank you for being our first round and our first hour of dates in over a year. So it's great to be back, and it's great to have you all that were here. And it's great to set you guys up.
Thank you for having me.
Yeah, of course. Do you guys have any final words? All right. Okay, cool. All right, so that wraps up round 1. We will be back with round 2 with our Bachelorette Devin and her 4 contestants here in a few moments.
2, 1.
All right, welcome back everybody for round 2 of Hour of Dates. Earlier we just set James up with Christy, so that was a very successful first round, and here we are with round 2 and our Bachelorette Devin and her 4 contestants. So if you're just tuning in, a little refresher on how things work. I'm Kaylin and I'm a senior here at Roanoke College, and I have a blind dating radio show that airs on Tuesday evenings. And today we are here for Hour of Dates Live, where you guys get to watch it all in action. So you get kind of the behind the scenes view of what happens in the radio station on Tuesday evenings. So Devin over here is blindfolded and her 4 contestants are here. I don't think they've met, maybe they've met. But we'll be asking them compatibility questions, and after every 4 or 5 questions, she will send somebody home, and then the winner will be presented with a gift card. So Devin, enough about that. I'm gonna let you introduce yourself really fast. Here you go.
Awesome, thank you. My name is Devin. I'm a sophomore. I'm from Southern New Hampshire. I'm majoring in international relations and communications, and I'm really excited to be here. I'm excited to meet all you guys.
Yay, thank you. Okay, so guys, that was like one of the few things Devin is gonna say tonight. So I want you guys to be able to ask her a question, because this is your one shot to get to know something about somebody you could be going on a date with, to Chick-fil-A. So hopefully you all like Chick-fil-A. So contestant 1, we're gonna start with you, and then we'll go down contestant 2, 3, and 4. You guys can ask her one question that you would like to know.
Yeah, so my question is, what is your ideal date? First date.
Ooh, this is a good one. So seeing as we're in Salem, my ideal first date would maybe be to go get some coffee or food, and then go to the duck pond. I really, really love ducks, and I love the ducks there. And then maybe, I don't know, walk around Main Street, maybe stop into a bookstore, who knows?
I'll let you hold on to the mic.
Okay, cool.
If you could choose a color that you feel best describes yourself, what would it be and why?
I would say, although it's not a color that I particularly like, I would say yellow, just because it's bright, and I think that I'm kind of a very optimistic, fun person, and yellow is kind of like an optimistic, fun color.
She definitely is optimistic and fun. Contestant 3.
What is your go-to coffee order?
Ooh, you're asking a barista, so lately my go-to coffee order is a cappuccino.
So if we weren't in school, what would be your perfect weekend plans?
I think my perfect weekend plans would probably be to go hiking, and then maybe kayaking, maybe one day going to a coffee store or a coffee shop and going to a bookstore and finding a book to read and just doing something fun like that. Maybe going to a concert in the park. Who knows?
Alrighty, so Devin, now you can kind of just sit back, try and keep track of who is saying what. And now all the attention is going to be on you guys for the rest of the show. Yay! All right, so go ahead and introduce yourselves. Please leave out your names, but if you want to, you can say your grade if you don't think that'll give it away. Contestant 1.
Yes, my name is Blink. I am a sophomore. I major in computer science with a concentration in statistics. And yeah, that's pretty much everything about me. I play a sport, but I feel like leaving that out for the mystery is going to go best for me.
Okay, leaving some things to the mystery, yes. Contestant 2.
I am a sophomore. I am a philosophy and business major. I also play a sport that I will leave unnamed because mystery. And that's it.
Okay.
I'm simple.
Yeah, perfect. Contestant 3.
All right, I'm a senior from Northern Virginia. I don't do overly much on campus, but I try to be involved in outdoor activities.
All right, contestant 4.
I'm a third year here at Roanoke College, and I am a computer science major, a math major with a concentration in statistics. I think I can say this because you're probably not in this department. I'm also the tutor for the computer science department, as well as other jobs I do on campus.
Nice, perfect. Okay, so to start us off a little easy, we're gonna go with an icebreaker question. So, if you could meet one person, dead or alive, who would it be and why? Contestant 1.
I think that for me, I would personally go and meet Albert Einstein. There's a lot of questions that I want answered on his theory of relativity and how he created certain equations. I'd have a lot of questions.
Nice, very cool. Contestant 2. Do you want me to come back to you?
Yeah, please.
Okay, all right, contestant 3.
I personally would love to meet Jimmy Carter because of the great work he has done in the humanitarian field.
Very nice. Contestant 4.
So can you repeat the question one more time?
If you could meet one person, dead or alive, who would it be and why?
Honestly, my answer is going to be a little sappy, but I'd actually say my grandfather, who passed away when I was young, because what I was told is he is very much like me and my father, and so I would have really got to know him.
Yeah, I think that's good.
I figured out my answer.
Okay, we're back to contestant 2, Devin. Sorry, we're keeping you on your toes.
I'm sorry. Drew Brees. I'd love to ask him about being a dad and being the best quarterback of all time.
And he just retired.
Unfortunately, I cried after his last game.
Yeah. Okay, question number 2 is, do you prefer Cav, Commons, Rooney's Brews, or Freshens, and why? Contestant 1.
I have to say I just got back on campus, so I haven't officially been to Freshens, but I did go there last semester when it wasn't Freshens. But I prefer Cav for its convenience. I like convenient things, and that's why I like Cav a lot. Some of the meals are actually great too.
Yeah, especially now that they have sushi. Okay, contestant 2.
Despite being a massive fan of the General's chicken, I love Freshens. The Baja Queso Rice Bowl is a go-to. I will never get anything else.
Fair enough. Contestant 3.
I would have to say that I prefer Rooney's Brews. The coffee is pretty good, it's convenient, and the staff is very friendly. You can always have a good conversation.
Yeah. Contestant 4.
I would have to say Commons because it's one of the few places I can actually sit down and take a minute out of my busy schedule and enjoy myself. So
Yeah.
I enjoy that.
Yeah. All right, we got a wide variety, a little bit of everything here. Okay, so third question is, going off of that, what is your idea of a perfect first date? You know, in college, maybe a first date or first get together would be in Commons or Cav or wherever's your favorite place to eat. But like I mentioned earlier, Devin does have 2 Chick-fil-A gift cards, so your first date will likely be at Chick-fil-A. But aside from that, what is your idea of a perfect first date? And would you take initiative, or would you prefer her to take initiative?
This can be anything.
Yeah.
You know, I myself like long walks on the beach, and I think that that would be a great first date. We could just walk on the beach and talk about things, talk about one another, learn a bit about one another. Basic ice breaking, and then afterwards, I'm a big Chick-fil-A guy, so we can go Chick-fil-A, get the 12 count, get whatever you prefer as your favorite meal. But that's what I would see as an ideal first date.
Perfect. Now, is this walk on the beach at sunset or just the afternoon?
I'm a big morning guy.
Okay.
Wake up and see the sun rise.
Perfect.
Another day.
Yeah.
That's what I live for.
Starting the day off right. Contestant 2. Really stumping you on these.
Well, I like to make a good answer.
I appreciate that.
I have 2 equally nice first date ideas. I think concerts are a lot of fun, especially for a first date, because you don't actually have to talk if you don't want to. So you can talk when it's convenient, but you can also listen to the music and sing along when it's also convenient. But if you've gotten to know the person a little bit better, I am a big fan of hiking. I think hiking and being in nature with someone that you're getting to know is always there's always an opportunity to ask a question. And you could look at the animals, the plants, whatever. Just go from there. Lots of opportunities for conversation.
Yeah. Okay, so two very opposite ideas there.
Yes.
All right, sounds good. Contestant 3.
I would agree with contestant number 2
Thank you.
about nature.
Okay.
My ideal first date would be to take a hike up to Sawtooth Ridge, get to know each other, see the views, and then we would go to Chick-fil-A, get whatever, and then go to the duck pond, eat our food, feed the ducks. Be a really good time, I think.
Sounds good. You were listening earlier. Contestant 4.
As much as I would love to say going hiking, because as much as I enjoy that, I'd actually have to say that my ideal first date would probably be getting to know each other over dinner, because first impressions are very important, and I don't want to trap someone on a mountain with me if they don't want to be there with me. So
That's also a good point. You have to have a lot of trust in that person.
yeah, exactly.
All right, so we're going to backtrack a little bit. So we're going to go back to contestant 1, and you guys can go down the line. Would you guys be the initiator for this, or would you prefer if Devin were the initiator for this?
I consider myself to be a leader, and I think I would take initiative. I'm a very stand-up guy. I'm a pretty straightforward guy. I think I would walk up and I would say, "Do you want to come to my long walk on the beach this morning?" It's like I'd assume it's like everybody's ideal date. I'm not a big mountain guy, and we can always go to dinner some other time, but long.
All right, contestant 2.
I would initiate it. I'd ask. That's it.
Okay, cool. Contestant 3.
I would probably initiate it.
Okay, all right, contestant 4.
As much as I'd like to say that I'd probably initiate it, I probably wouldn't, just on the sole fact of people deserve to be happy, and that's my motive in life, and so I'm not going to force myself on anyone. And I feel like if I come up and just ask her, like, "Hey, you want to go, like, have dinner?" and then she's like, "I don't know this creep. Who is he?" I don't want that to be the first impression.
Just like how you wouldn't force somebody on a mountain.
Exactly.
All right, it comes full circle. Okay, so assuming the first date goes really well and you guys go on a second, third, fourth, fifth date until you guys are in a relationship.
It will.
Okay, all right. Sounds good.
Relax.
All right, so you and Devin are in a relationship. Are you guys going to be texting her all the time, or are you more of somebody who likes to just hang out, maybe in the evenings or grab dinner? What would like your time together look like?
I'm not a very cocky person, but I have to say I already saw that like working out. So, I've already planned things ahead, multiple steps, and I think that I'd be more laid back. We can text here and there, obviously. Hang out, whenever there's free time. And, I'd invite you to my games at the sport that I play. That's still left mysterious.
Okay, contestant 2.
Well, I don't have much free time. I truly don't. But when I do, I would probably text. I don't know. I'd let her know some funny things that happened, some jokes I told. I'm a funny guy.
Okay.
If
Do you want to hang out with her every day? Every other day?
If there's time, yeah, depending on how late practice goes, because that is I'm an athlete. Not that that means anything, of course, but yeah. Whenever I had time, I'd put it there.
Sounds good. Contestant 3.
I would like to hang out, yeah. We could hang out, drink tea, just have a good time, try out different coffees, talk about the books we're reading. I don't want to suffocate, though.
You are really listening. All right, contestant 4.
Ideally, I'd like to hang out more in person because, and this is just because I work so much with technology, technology is not exactly the most amazing thing in the world. And so if I really like this person, I'm not going to let technology be my messenger personally.
Yeah, 100%. All right, so Devin has just heard some really great answers, and now it is time for the first elimination round. I don't know how she's gonna do it, so please stay tuned and see what she has to say for the first elimination round of this round. Alrighty, so we are back. Devin has made up her mind, so I'm gonna head over her way, hand her the mic, and have her tell us who she's eliminating.
Okay, this is kind of a hard decision, and I'm so sorry about this. But contestant number 3, we're just too good of friends for this to continue.
All right, Brant, thanks for being here. Do you have anything you'd like to say to the audience, to the viewers, to Devin, to anyone, to these guys?
Devin, why do you deny our love?
I'm sorry, Brant. Brant, thank you again for being here. All right, so we're gonna kick things off with some scenarios. All relationships have different milestones, ups and downs, that kind of thing. So we're gonna talk about some of those. Contestant 1, your scenario is you are meeting Devin's family. Yay! This could happen here in a couple weekends. This could happen over the summer. Who knows, but you are headed up to Devin's hometown. What is that gonna look like for you? How are you with parents? How are you with siblings?
I think that I do pretty well meeting new people and, you know, having casual conversation. Sorry. So meeting her parents would be a great honor. And I think that I hopefully would do a great job. I think that I would do a great job. And I guess that's something that every relationship for me, like I look forward to.
Are you gonna bring her mom flowers? Are you gonna go in for the hug, handshake her dad? What's
Definitely have to dress up business casual,
Okay.
Business casual attire,
Okay.
business trip.
Okay, but not an interview. Kind of an interview.
Not sort of an interview. Depends on the person.
Okay, all right. All right, so contestant 2, your question is, you guys just had your first argument. How do you handle conflict? Are you gonna yell at her? Are you gonna go quiet? Are you gonna take some time? Are you gonna go to bed angry? Are you gonna talk about it before you go to bed? Just generally.
Well, social media has taught me never let a girl go to bed angry.
Good.
And of the things, which are few, that I've learned on social media, that is one important thing. I wouldn't call myself an argumentative person, but I am definitely challenging. I want someone who can defend their viewpoints without, I don't know, getting too emotional about them. Because I am not attacking you or anything. It's just speaking about an idea. So, I don't know. I like to, I don't know, too much time is too much because then things go missing and then it turns into a he said, she said thing.
Yeah.
So, I don't know. I would take maybe 10, 15 minutes and then think about what happened, where I went wrong, and then go back hat in hand and amend my errors. I think that's a pretty responsible way to fix a fight.
I think so too. All right. Contestant 4. Devin has a lot of guy friends. You just met one of them. Is this threatening for you? Are you the jealous type, or are you just like, all right, Brant's cool. He can be your friend.
I mean, I'm going to go back to this. I feel like people deserve to be happy. And if she's happy having a lot of these guy friends, I mean, I'm not really going to find myself to be the jealous type unless, like, all of a sudden some of these friends start hitting on her, and then I'm just going to be casually be like, hey, could you, like, not do that?
Yeah.
And that, I mean, because I see no reason why she's not allowed to have friends.
Yeah.
That's important.
I agree. Perfect. Sounds good. All right, so now we're going to talk a little bit about your priorities and maybe where a potential relationship could fit in with these priorities. So right now, what are your top 3 priorities? Contestant 1.
I do have my priorities set straight, and from 1 to 3, I'd like to go, family is always number 1 for me. And that's what I personally believe, and I think that is the most important thing to me. Secondly, I think that academics in school, my well-being in school, is a very important thing that will follow career-wise. So that's always important. And then finally, third is my sport, which is still anonymous. And I like to excel. I'm very competitive, and I continue to push myself every single day in all 3 aspects, and try and get better every single day at each thing.
Okay. Contestant 2, your priorities.
I promise I'm not copying contestant 1, but my priorities are my family and their health and well-being, my grades and school, and more so just learning, but I guess grades come with that. And 3, and I will give you something, Devin, I play on the lacrosse team. I promise that I'm an okay guy. Yeah, lacrosse is number 3. I'm sorry, but I've put a lot of time into that, and it's maybe it's movable, and we get to know each other well, and you can take the 3rd spot.
Okay. All right, contestant 3, what are your top 3 priorities? Sorry, contestant 4.
Wow, call me contestant 3. Anyway, so my current top 3 priorities would probably, my first one would probably have to be my grades, because the only reason I'm allowed to go to the school right now is because of my scholarships, so gotta save that. I think my second priority right now would probably have to be my jobs on campus. It really helps me just connect with the campus and learn more what's going on. And then my third's actually kind of a toss-up, because it's a mix in between my friends and the people I help TA for. because I don't want to see any of my friends suffer or get hurt or anything like that. And that goes also for the people I TA for, because I don't want to see them have to drop out of college because they can't handle a class or whatever. So that's just kind of where my priorities are at right now.
Yeah. All right, makes sense. Okay, so Devin's love language is quality time or words of affirmation. They're tied. Do you guys know what love languages are? Perfect, perfect, perfect. Okay, well basically, sorry to single you out, but Devin doesn't know which one. It's an interpersonal communications aspect, and so it's kind of just like how that person knows that you care about them. So like everybody has their own different love language. It could be quality time, words of affirmation, acts of service, physical touch, and there's a fifth one. Gifts, yeah. Words of affirmation, did I miss that one? Oh, okay. So yeah, those are the 5, and everybody has their own, and that just kind of helps show that person that you care about them in a way that like makes them feel most cared for. So, Devin's 2 love languages are quality time and words of affirmation. So, that means in order to show her that you care about her and for her to respond the best to that, you gotta spend some time with her, maybe without your phones, maybe a walk on the beach, maybe a hike, maybe at dinner, and just kind of affirm her every once in a while, intentionally. So how would you show her this? Besides just the examples that I gave, those were very general and broad umbrella examples.
Devin, I also I also share that I need words of confirmation and affirmation too as my love language. So I certainly can understand where you're coming from. And that's something that I would also want, It could be just a simple good morning text, a simple good night text, hopefully not just like GN or something, I like the full good night, but that's just me personally. And hopefully not GM, like good morning. But yeah, I would just, make it casual, just make sure that, that you're cared for, and hopefully you do the same thing back. And let me know that I'm cared for too.
Yeah, reciprocation, that's key. Contestant 2.
I am big on trying to put my phone down and be more present in the moment. And I think in improving in that skill, well, not really a skill, but just breaking the addiction that we have to our phones would, I don't know, be a nice way to show quality time and words of affirmation. You spend not just more time, but better time with one another. And I think putting down my phone would be a good way to do that. And well, not just that, but I guess you could do other things too. I mean, putting down schoolwork. I mean, I'm not sure, actually.
I think
But
that
just
makes
like
sense.
being more present in the moment
Yeah.
and allocating my time to the things that I have to do in front of me.
Yeah, quality time is all about being intentional with your time. So that makes sense. Contestant 3. Do you kind of want me to rephrase the question now that we've heard their answers?
No, sure.
Okay, so Devin's 2 love languages are words of affirmation and quality time. What does that mean to you, or how would you show that to her best?
I mean, to me, quality time is probably one of the most important things in a relationship, because I understand words of affirmation, but to me, actions definitely speak louder than words. And what you do in this quality time, even if it is just saying, like, spending time together, saying things, just going out, being active together, I mean, to me, that's huge. And, man, really putting me on the spot today.
I really have, the whole day.
Honestly, I don't really know how to answer this one.
You
Because
did
I've
great
never
job.
really thought about it too much.
Yeah,
So.
yeah, you did a great job, so don't worry at all. All right, so our final question before we have the elimination round, we're just gonna gather your thoughts, or it's kind of like a would you rather scenario for some of them. So contestant 1, are you an early bird or a night owl? I guess you kind of answered this earlier. So never mind. You answered this earlier. We're scratching it. Do you do any volunteer work?
Yes, I
Okay.
actually do. As a matter of fact, back where I lived, I was a part of a community service group, and I had like 72 hours, I think it was, in my local area of community service. And now in college, I am a part of the honors program, so I also do community service in that area. So I'm actively engaged with the community.
Oh, sounds good. Contestant 2, we'll give you the are you an early bird or night owl question.
Early to bed and early rise makes a man healthy, wealthy, and wise.
All right, short and simple. Contestant 3, how politically involved are you? You obviously don't have to give your party or anything, but Devin is an international relations major. So just talk about if you keep up with what's going on.
So while I'm on campus, no, I don't really keep up with what's going on. Most of my information is secondhand, so I will say it's biased 90% of the time. However, when I'm not on campus and I'm not working jobs and doing homework and stuff, I do try to keep at least an ear out what's going on in the world, because it's good to know what tomorrow is going to bring, given everything that's been happening of late. So.
Yeah. Okay, perfect. All right, we are headed back for our second little commercial intermission break, and Devin is going to think about which contestant she will be eliminating when we come back. So stay tuned. We are back. Devin has had a little chat with me. We kind of refreshed on what some of the answers were because it can get tricky to keep everyone straight. So, Devin, who is it that we are eliminating? You are eliminating.
All right, this was a hard decision, and I'm so sorry. You seem like such a nice guy, but contestant number 4.
I want to give a special thank you to contestant number 4. He has been working this event, and we grabbed him last minute, so when he said we put him on the spot today, he really meant it. So I really appreciate you doing this.
Thank you.
All right, so contestant 1 and 2, it's down to you guys. Final 2. How are you feeling?
Always great. I said earlier I don't really consider myself to be the cocky guy, but I think I have this in the bag.
Okay, contestant 2, how are you feeling?
That answer has me quaking in my boots. I'm terrified.
Devin, how are you feeling?
I'm feeling great.
Devin, I think we've really gotten to know one another enough that I can tell you which sport that I play.
Can I guess?
Yeah, guess.
Go ahead.
Is it lacrosse?
That's a close guess. I'm just kidding. Yes, it is lacrosse.
Was there a giveaway?
Yeah, who was the giveaway?
I just kind of figured that you guys seem to know each other and you both play lacrosse.
Yeah, this guy? No, I don't know this guy.
All right. So no hard feelings between the two of you after this, right?
Yeah, of course.
Cool.
Fun anecdote, Reese received a 1-week ban from my room last year for watching TikToks on full volume without headphones.
Dang.
Oh my God. I just ruined
It's
the whole
okay,
thing.
she doesn't-
I just ruined the whole thing.
It's okay, he introduced himself as Blake, so it's either Blake or Reese. We
Blake.
don't know what his name is.
It's Blake.
Maybe that's his middle name.
One of them might be, we don't know. Maybe you'll be able to find out here in a little bit. Okay, so the final question I have for you guys is, if the pandemic were to end today, what would be the first thing you do tomorrow? Contestant 1.
I've been to, is it the Mill Mountain Zoo? Is that what it's called? I'd love to go up there. I think you can still go there, right? But I would love to go there. I'd love to just get out, honestly, if the pandemic ended, and just breathe air for the first time. That'd be great. And just enjoy myself outside without a mask, and just do things that I could do pre-pandemic. I don't know specifically what that is in the Salem area, but hopefully we can figure something out.
Sounds good. Contestant 2, what would you do?
I'd park myself on a park bench, and I'd look at the bottom half of people's faces because I haven't seen them in over a year, and I really miss it. So that.
Okay, those are good answers. All right, so Devin, you are embarking upon a very big decision, and I want to make sure all of the questions or hesitations you have are answered. So here is some time for you to ask these two guys 1 question, 2 question, whatever it is that you need for you to make your final decision. It can be the same question or a different question. Again, it's whatever you need, just specify who it's going to. Contestant 1 or contestant 2.
Okay, I've got a question for both of them. So, music is something that's very important to me. I love music. I actually host a radio show with my best friend where we talk about music. And so I want to know, if you were to be on that radio show, who would be the artist that you wanted to focus on for that night?
I'll just take the lead here. I also consider music to be a big part of my life. In fact, I play the electric guitar. So, if I could pick somebody to go on that radio show, I would pick Tim Henson, a little-known guitarist who is part of the band Polyphia. And I'd say he's going to be the modern-day guitar player. His music has no vocals. It's just electric guitar, bass, drums. It's an instrumental band. And he makes songs that are played on the guitar, but are specifically created to sound like rap song beats. So I would say that that's going to be a modern-day guitar thing in the future that a lot of kids, like myself, are inspired to do.
Contestant 1, don't you play an instrument?
I do.
If I had to pick an artist to be on that show, I think I would talk about Gregory Alan Isakov, or Isakov, I'm not really sure. He lives in a ranch in Colorado, and he just has a guitar and just sings songs about, I'm not really sure if there's a general theme, but it's just very calming music, and yeah, he lives a pretty interesting life, so I think I'd talk about him.
Do you have any other questions for these two guys, or are you good?
I have one more question,
Okay.
and it's kind of a deal breaker if you don't answer this correctly. So there is a guy who's very special in my life. His name is Augustus Butscucci. He's a gray tabby cat. He is the love of my life. Are you allergic to cats?
No. And that's contestant 1.
All right, Devin, I have to be honest with you. I have been blessed by subpar genetics. Technically, I had 2 baby kittens that I adopted until one was passed away on my birthday, actually. But I have one more, and her name is Jack, and she's beautiful. And she's an outside cat because I am allergic to cats. But I do not like dogs. I love cats.
Okay. Was that a deal breaker, Devin, or?
I think that helped.
Okay. Oh, okay. Cool. All right. So, are you good? Are we good to take a commercial break?
I think we're good.
All right, guys. So, we are going to take the final commercial break of the evening. Devin is going to decide who she is going to go to Chick-fil-A with, and potentially the duck pond, or maybe a walk on the beach eventually, or maybe on a hike. So, we will see what Devin's decision is when we come back. How are you guys feeling? Devin has her final decision, so I won't keep you all waiting any longer, except I will. You guys, how are you feeling? You're about to find out.
I don't know. I think, we've been here, and we've put all this time in.
Yeah.
And I'm just really curious to see what she thinks.
You know, my coach always says something to me. He says, act like you've been there before. And you know what? I've been here before. And I'm acting like I've been here before.
Have you actually been here before?
Yeah, you know what? I'm acting like it. That was the whole point. So you know what? I'm acting like I'm here.
Okay. Well, now we really won't keep you guys waiting any longer. Devin, who are you going to Chick-fil-A with?
Can I get a drum roll?
Sure.
All right. I'm going to say contestant 2. Contestant 1, you seem lovely. I'm so sorry.
Contestant 1, do you have anything you want to say?
It was definitely the cocky nature. It was my downfall.
Okay, well, we appreciate you being here. I appreciate contestant 2 grabbing you in commons.
Yeah, I was dragged here, but it was fun. I had a great time.
Good. Thank you for being here. All right. Devin, you can unmask yourself.
This is the moment of disappointment.
Yeah.
She's like, ah, no.
And it's like, oh no, what have I done?
Hello.
Hi, Devin. I'm Greg. Nice to meet you.
It's nice to meet you,
And I am
too.
Reese.
Reese? Okay, not Blake.
That's yeah, I'm not blank. That's a contestant 2 right there.
I'm contestant number 2.
I figured.
Okay, we got it straight. Who's contestant 1 and who's contestant 2? Contestant 2 is the one going to Chick-fil-A. Your gift cards are right over there on the table. I mentioned it earlier, but you guys can decide if you want to go to Chick-fil-A together, if you want to go separate, or maybe you want to check out the duck pond together before you decide to go to Chick-fil-A. It is up to you guys. You guys can decide after the show. But thank you for being here. And thank you guys for watching. Thank you to the audience and to Cab and to Stage Tag and to everybody who made this possible. Thank you to Sen over there for filming and to Joe Boucher and Danny Moore for helping with this event. And everybody in Colquitt Center, quite frankly, because this was a very big group effort. So thank you, everyone. Thank you, everyone, for watching. I had so much fun up here with everyone this round, but also the first round. It was a great evening, and I appreciate you all joining us. And yeah, that's a wrap. Feel free to check out the radio show on Tuesday evenings at 7, 6, one of those. Stay tuned to find out on the Instagram at WRKE_hour of dates. Thank you.